Richie Pugh, here we find ourselves at Knoxville Dragway for the 4th stop on our 2017 Southeast Gasser Tour, and I'm telling you what, we have got a great crowd filing in today.
I think the last number I heard was 59 cars here today. Beautiful skies, blue skies, sun's out. It's going to be a great day of period correct drag racing.
My first time here to Knoxville Dragway, and I tell you, I'm impressed with the facility. The racetrack is really nice. Some of the guys have been touring the launch pad out here in the starting line and telling me what they did last night. They really liked the racetrack.
I heard a bunch of them say it was really sticky, so that's a good thing, I guess, launching these cars. So I imagine you're probably going to see wheels in the air today.
Well, that's what Quayne Stott wants here on our Southeast Gasser Tour. Wheels in the air, 4 speeds, and guys, I'm thinking it's going to be some close racing today. So what do you say we go ahead and get started?
All right, like we said, here we are in Knoxville, Tennessee, 4th stop on the Southeast Gasser Tour 2017. Let's go racing.
D-Gas round 1 action, Knoxville Dragway. There you see BB Brown in the 41 Willis taking on Doug Capps in that 65 Mustang Coupe.
Yeah, Doug in the Mustang over here in the right lane and BB in the left lane in the blue car.
I like that Willis. It looks pretty good. That's a sedan. Looks like Capps gets him off the line. BB having a little trouble shifting gears.
Little hole shot there by Doug Capps, and Doug Capps is your winner.
Yeah, there you can see a great shot where both cars got the wheels in the air. But Capps just a little quicker on that light. Next group, we got Joey Precise and Jack McDaniel. McDaniel out of Hamilton, Ohio, and Precise out of Missouri.
Yeah, that 55 Chevrolet, that Widowmaker, that's a really good-looking car.
It really is. Got a lot of flake in it. I know when he debuted that car, he put a little test video out. Man, he got 10,000 hits on that thing quick. Speaking of quick, he's off the line quick.
Yeah, he just hole-shotted the Mighty Lady over there, and it looks like, yep, Joey is the winner.
Oh, clearly, big hole shot advantage right there. As Jack was a little late in that, dropping the clutch in the Mighty Lady, that 50 Chevy. And marching on to the victory in that beautiful 55 Widowmaker, Joey Precise.
Love to see those wheels in the air.
Yeah, that's what Quayne mandates. We get those things in the air. There you see Ted Chavaria getting them cranked up in the box there.
You got Mr. Higginbottom in the Henry J, and then you got Cole Suey in the Studebaker.
Yeah, 51 Studebaker, they call a secret weapon. There you see the Bantam Chef out of Chesney, South Carolina, owner David Walker. Hoping he gets better, just had knee replacement.
He has got this young kid, Cole, driving that car, doing a great job, and he's going to have a tough time over here. Good start.
Sure is. Higginbottom was the runner-up at our Union event. Great race going down the track. Who's it going to be?
Looks like Cole Suey.
Suey with the win. Correct me if I'm wrong, Richie, that might be the first round win that car's had this year.
I believe it is. I do believe it is. Looks like it's going to be a close race on the top end.
Yeah, Higginbottom's a good one.
Cole, how's it feel to get that first round under your belt?
It feels pretty good. It's been a long day trying to get this thing to start running, but I mean...
You've been wrenching on it all day.
Yeah.
Look like it paid off.
Yeah, a little bit. We still got a little bit more to go.
Rick Cathcart there in that 49 Studebaker.
And there you see Cynthia Phillips in the Flower Power.
Yeah, this is Cynthia's debut right here on the Southeast Gasser Tour. The first lady to ever take the tree in competition.
Yeah, I know she's been working hard trying to get that car shook down and just get the feel of it. Talked to her a little while ago and said she was a little bit nervous, but I believe she's going to do fine.
Well, if you look at her right now in that car, she is flat focused. Miss Burrow backing her into her tracks, and what a great paint job. It just truly speaks Cynthia for that car. Both cars leave kind of together. Cathcart with a little bit of a hole shot advantage. Cynthia coming on strong, got some legs on that car on the top end.
Oh, Cathcart got her by a nose, it looked like.
Yeah, just a little late on the tree was Cynthia. Cathcart with a good hole shot leave right there. You see the advantage he had. I know that car of Cynthia's was running hard to catch up with him on the top end. But I tell you what, she will live to go another day.
Well, talking about being a troublemaker, you have done took out the boss man's wife.
Didn't want to be the first one to get beat by a woman.
Didn't want to be the first.
Man, that was so. I'm so pleased at this. Ain't just fun? Ain't we having a ball?
Having a ball. Congratulations.
Thank you, man.
See you in the next round.
I'll be there.
I wish I could have done better, but for first race, I'm so proud just to be here with the Southeast Gassers. Wonderful day, great racers. That's all I can say.
Here we have one of the young guns of the sport, Josh Pruitt, driving in, fresh out of his win from Union, South Carolina, taking on
Nathan Cade in that 53 Henry J.
Yeah, Josh is one of the young stars, up-and-coming stars here. Made a couple of passes and won his first race last time at Union.
Did a great job at Union. Took out Brian Higginbottom in the final. Now he's got another Henry J here to contend with Nathan Cade. And what a job it is to take him on. Looks like he got him out the hole in that 62 Fairlane. Josh Pruitt marches on to victory.
Yeah, looked like a pretty dead even start there, but I think Josh just powered on him on the 60-foot.
Yeah, that 60-foot time, you're right, Richie, was a crucial part of the run right there. As you see Josh Pruitt stretching it out and taking it on to victory.
There you see Travis Owen in the Born to Boogie taking on Richard Carter in the Jumpin' Jack Flash.
Yeah, a couple of 55s right here. Carter's car is owned by Jackie Young. Got Carter in the car this weekend, but I'm telling you, that Born to Boogie car, Travis Owen's a beautiful piece.
Beautiful car. Well, I'll bet you a 55 Chevrolet will win this race.
That's true. Travis Owen, the drummer for the group Weed Eater. So if you guys ever checking them out on the online, Weed Eater is the group he plays for. It looks like he's a little bit late on the tree as Carter going down the track.
Yep.
He's going to take the victory right there. Richard Carter in that 55 Jumpin' Jack Flash.
I believe he powered around him on the top end. It looked like a pretty close race.
Yeah, again, you're talking about those legs on the top end, Richie.
Seagas, round one. We have Robert Frazier in the black and blue taking on
Ronnie Sandhuff in that 63 Chevy 2 out of Texas, Corpus Christi, Texas, versus Bristol, Tennessee right here.
So we got a Chevy versus a Mopar.
Yeah, that's a beautiful 65 Barracuda right there, campaigned by Robert Frazier and his wife Rita. Jennifer and Ronnie Sandhuff coming out of Corpus Christi, Texas. Good lead right there by Robert Frazier.
Yes, it was. I believe he cut it down. Yep, Robert Frazier's the winner.
Man, he takes the victory right there. Great action right there brought to you by Drone South. Good race. I'm telling you, door handle to door handle. And Ronnie Sandhuff, no easy man to take out. This is his second race with us this year.
Here you have Rusty Sampson in the Bad Banana.
Taking on Mike Blackwell in the 65 Chevy 2.
The Slingshot.
A lot of breeze up there on that starting line today, as Megan can attest to.
I think Rusty did that on purpose.
Well, it looked pretty good anyway from this angle. Both cars getting staged. This is going to be a good matchup right here. Blackwell gets in the second gear. He gets down the racetrack pretty well. Rusty a little loose on the low end.
Looks like he's going to power around him on the big end. Yep.
Stretches the legs out on that Bad Banana. Still battling some traction problems down low, though. You can saw it rear end get out of line.
Just want you to know, I didn't know if you know it, but you are number one in the points in C-Gas.
Wow.
You got three guys behind you, and I'm talking about three bad dudes behind you. Rusty Sampson, Jimmy Huff, and Ernie Smith. They all tied for second place, and I promise you, they come in after this little red car.
Well, we had some problems the last two races and went back to the shop. I hope we got them worked out, so bring it on.
Bring it on, the man says. There are only 10 points that separate first and 3 second place cars. So you better be on the wheel today. Doug says he's going to go get them. Go get them, Doug.
We're up. We're ready.
All right.
We'll be there.
Here we have Doug Dobbins taking on Lance Yoakum.
What a good-looking car both of these race cars are. You got one that's all red and one that's got all the color in the rainbow to it. Paul Vanderpool with a great paint job on that 55.
It's an amazing paint job, what somebody can do.
He said he spent over 40 hours in the paint booth on that race car, so that is just unbelievable. Dobbins a winner down at Montgomery. Big lead by Dobbins. Boy, those wheels up in the air, that looked good.
That little red Chevy 2 is fast.
It sure is. That's a bad mamma jamma right there, the red streak. But he likes to call it the medicine man. He leaves Lance Yoakum right there on the line, and Lance got nothing to do but watch that thing streak away.
Well, that was some bad medicine right there. I know you've been tuning on this car, get some clutch issues straightened out. Looks like you got it dialed in.
Yeah, but I think everybody slowed down up here about 1400. I can't make it run a number. It feels like it's flying, but it just ain't running a number.
There you see Josh Owens of Discovery Channel fame in that White Lightning 1953 Chevy. He's going to be taking on Danny Graham out of Houston, Texas in that Studebaker.
Yeah, this is one of those old school, back in the day race cars right here that was revived.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I love these cars. I love the big body style cars. I know the other ones are sleeker, but but I just love these big cars. They really get the wheels up in the air. And Josh Owens getting better every time, but I'm telling you, you don't travel all the way from Houston, Texas to finish second.
Both cars leave wheels in the air. Looks like Danny Graham got him on the whole shot.
See if that car's got enough legs on the big end, and it does not. Danny Graham all the way from Houston, Texas, going to move right on to the next round here in C-Gas competition.
Well, you put the moonshiner on the trailer. What's it feel like?
I feel like going another round.
That's it. Another round. You got one under the belt, ready to go.
Making them Texas travel work.
Yeah.
That's a long ride from Texas, ain't it?
Yeah, it's worth it now.
It is worth it. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
There you see Chuck Radabon in the little Chevy 2 taking on the wild man, master of the burnouts, Jimmy Huff.
Jimmy Huff and that hoopty wagon, boy, love to see those burnouts. And I'm telling you what, that's the fastest grocery getter in C-Gas right there, buddy.
There you see Chuck in the car.
Out of Tallahassee, Florida. Ooh, Chuck laid on the line right there. Jimmy Huff absolutely dragging him out of the hole.
Yeah, that was a big hole shot by Jimmy Huff. As you see, Jimmy Huff is the winner.
And I tell you what, Chuck's not going to be happy with that, but what a beautiful race car. And that car will get down the track, but this time that hole shot was just too much to overcome.
With the blue oval horsepower, took it to him.
Well, we put some brand new horsepower under it here from Par. Scott Duggins guaranteed me we're about to go faster. Like I said, we were tied with what we had. Doug, here I come.
Two of my favorite cars here, Tim Bailey and Ernie Smith. You got the One Gone Dog and the Alley Cat.
Yeah, 2016 world champ Tim Bailey right there in that beautiful Alley Cat 41 Willis. Taking on that 56 Chevy of Sonny Clayton's, wheeled by none other than Ernie Smith.
You got a dog and a cat.
Dog and a cat. Gonna be a fight here, that's for sure, because two big runners right here in C-Gas. Ernie finally gets in there in the stage beam. Good lead by both drivers. Bailey's car a little all over the place down low.
Looks like Ernie's going to walk him out on the top end.
Yep, them legs got stretched out. Look at Tim Bailey going left and right off the line. Can't be good right there when you're giving up that much track.
Second in the points right here. Looks like the Gone Dog just made her first round with that new power plant.
Yeah, we're getting on it, Richie. We're still working on it. He was faster than me, but sometimes you got to have a refuse to lose attitude. I was looking out the window at the guardrail. I wasn't touching it. I wasn't lifting.
Way to go, Ernie.
Thank you a lot.
Good job, brother.
Thank you.
There you see James Beard out of Ripley, Tennessee in that Obsolete 2.
And Dean Harris in the Gray Ghost out of Campobello, South Carolina.
Yeah, a couple of good-looking race cars right here. You got the gray versus the orange. I'm telling you, it's a beautiful, beautiful car. Dean Harris going to be hard to beat right here in the first round, but James is coming out of Ripley, Tennessee, right up near Memphis. Boy, he just got drug on the line.
Yeah, you see the horsepower of that Gray Ghost. That's a strong running car.
It is, and James getting better every time. I tell you, and he's loving it. Him and his dad are having a great time being out here at Southeast Gaspers, but that's a big matchup round one.
Well, we got somebody to do a motor for us, or do the bottom end, and we just had a bigger fish in front of us, I guess. Sonny Clayton, he was doing his motor too, so we got put at the back of the line. So Tim had offered for us to drive Birdified again, so we just changed the intake out on it, and we'll see if we can be a little bit more competitive than last time.
There you see Jerry Burt's driving the Birdified, taking on the young gun.
Adam Lohorn out of Indiana. I tell you what, that young man continues to impress every time. Young man drove this car to high school just a couple of years ago.
And I was talking to his dad earlier today, said he drove it to a cruise in the other night, 15 miles from his house.
Did a couple of big tunnel rams up there sticking out the top of it. There you see both of them getting in there and getting staged. This will be a good little match.
Adam's going to have his hands full with Mr. Birch because he is deadly on that tree.
And there you see that car still bouncing on Birch and him getting down the racetrack, but he does march on to victory. Wheels in the air. That Rambler just a little unsettled going down the racetrack.
Yeah, it's not quite like driving that Chevy 2 that he's used to.
You know, it's a long ride from where you guys race out of to come down here and race with us. Lord knows we're glad to have you. And a first round loss, I know wasn't what you was looking for when you left home.
No, it wasn't, but it was a close race. That was a real good race.
Well, that's what I wanted to tell you. We are so glad to have you young guys out here doing this. And I tell you, Adam, I know from my history of racing to watch you, a win's not too far away.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Well, you got the Birdified, Bonafide heavy too for a Rambler?
No! What? Are you out of your mind?
There we see Larry Noel going up against Will Bailey in the problem child right here in Seagas.
This ought to be a good matchup right here. Larry's been tuning and working on that car all year long, trying to get the bugs figured out, and Will is always constantly working on that car, trying to get it to run better and better every time we race.
Never know what you'll see out of Will Bailey, but glad to see him up here in Knoxville, though. Keeps those front wheels down, does Bailey this time. Don't think he's got enough for Larry Noel. Noel stretches it out on the top end. There you see.
Looked like a big hole shot, but the 60-foot time was definitely where Larry was out in front of him.
Yeah, a little smoke coming out the pipe there for Will. Don't know what that might be from, a little oil blowback or whatever, but marching on is Noel.
I think that first round was great. That was a good race. We just barely missed it out, but I got him, so we're good. We're happy. We're going again.
Going one more time.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey, there's Lee Vickery in that 55, his first race with us out here on the Southeast Gasser.
And our Seagas winner from Union, Danny Bird.
No small order right here, Lee Vickery. We're going to break him in right. He's out of Hodgenville, Kentucky. And he told me, he said, man, I just love that movie, Two Lane Blacktop. And this car is much built just for that. Danny Bird, wheels in the air. Wow, that is a wheel stand. I mean, he was looking at the clouds on that one, and he marches that car right down the racetrack.
And this man is 76 years old.
What a wheel stand right there, folks. That's what it's all about here in the Southeast Gasser. And you saw just right from the hit, Lee Vickery might as well just push the clutch in.
And I do believe Danny Bird was our #1 qualifier today.
He was the #1 qualifier. There you see Jared Bailey in the next pair, taking on Zach Hall out of Bluntville, Tennessee.
Two good-looking vehicles right here. You got the 57 Chevrolet taking on the 41 Studebaker.
That's Studebaker. A lot of people look at it and say, that's got to be a decal on the side. Wayne Stott said, no, it's not. It won't be a decal in Southeast Gassers.
It is hand-painted.
That Hitman is a beautiful race car. A little out of shape is Zach Hall on the low end. Jared Bailey straight and true.
And there is the Hitman taking him out.
I'll tell you what, now, Zach got him off the line, and that car got a little squirrely on him. Got out of shape, and driving right down the track is Jared Bailey. There you see Tony Turner as A-Gas gets started in the quick and dirty.
And the veteran himself, Mr. Gene Cromer, 84 years young.
And a beautiful piece. Both of these cars are just classic pieces of Gasser history right here.
The Candy Man.
I love it, love it. Gene Cromer, just a wonderful human being, a devout Christian, taking on Tony Turner down there from Cumming, Georgia.
That is the most transformed car of the year, in my opinion.
There's no doubt. I mean, he's been selling T-shirts like crazy. So does Gene Cromer. Everywhere we go, everybody wants the Candy Man's T-shirt, the Moonlighter.
Good start.
Gene giving him all he wants going down this racetrack.
And there you see Tony Turner turn the light on the big end.
Tell you what, Gene Cromer's in this one the whole way, buddy. Beat just a little bit on the line, but not much. And I tell you what, that's a big victory for Tony Turner.
You know, this thing, old Big Hemi, it may be running on smoke. I don't know which one it is, but whichever it is, the old hot rod putting out some power, and you put a legendary man on the trailer.
Oh, man, I'm telling you what, that's been a hard-earned win right there. We have fought and fought with this oil ring problem all weekend, and I'm honored to run Gene. That was an awesome race.
Well, like I said, the old Hemi may or may not be running on smoke, but whatever it is, it's doing a fine job of it. Congratulations.
Leave first, don't red light, don't cross the center line, don't lift.
Hey, that's 4 positive rules of winning a drag race.
There you see Mr. Gabe Burrell in the Southern Flyer.
Love that Falcon. He's going to be taking on Barry Lynn out of Greer, South Carolina in the Little Red Wagon.
Yeah, that little gold car is a blue oval, so I know it's close, near and dear to your heart.
Yeah, but Barry Lynn's been a friend of the family for years and years, and I tell you what, man, he's shown me a lot about turning wrenches.
That grocery getter will get it done, too.
And look at that wheel stand right there. And God, he's giving him all. He's got a great drag race right here, but the red light is the telltale sign in this race today.
Yep, red is dead.
Yeah, the little red wagon like turning on that red light, but Barry Lynn knew he had to go.
Gabriel Burrell is currently setting number 2 in the point. The old Fairlane Falcon here has not necessarily been the best to you in years past, but 2017 may well be shaping up to be a positive year for you.
Yeah, we just had our second best pass of the season, so I'm pretty excited right now. I've been struggling for 2 races, and it picked up finally.
There you see JT Justin Moses in the 56 Chevrolet.
He's going to take on a tall order here in the Boogeyman, Chris Dunn out of Anderson, South Carolina.
That is a bad race car right there.
Yeah, you said a mouthful right there. He's got that car going straight, and hopefully he's got that transmission problem that he's had a long time worked out.
Not only is it straight, it is fast.
Man, big left move right there by JT Moses, and it shoots back to the right, and the Boogeyman is clean and true right down the track to victory. That is a handful with Justin Moses.
Yes, it is. That car's a little wild, but as you notice, he doesn't have wheelie bars on the back of it.
Yeah, he calls them sissy bars. He won't stand for them.
Yum, yum, eat 'em up, round 2.
Eat 'em up, son. She's a rocking and a rolling.
I hear you.
We started out rocking, now we're rolling.
Now you're rolling.
Yes, sir.
Got it worked out.
Yes, sir.
Kinks is gone.
Yeah.
Boogeyman's ready.
Boogeyman, yum, yum, eat 'em up.
I hear you, brother. Congratulations.
Oh, there you see the 58 Corvette of Alan Gaulden out of Land O'Lakes, Florida.
And that 66 Snakebite Mustang of Jimmy Finley out of Anderson, South Carolina.
Yeah, you know I love that blue oval, but Gaulden's no joke right here. Former pro mod racer. He'll give Finley all he wants, the 2016 world champ. Good start by both cars right there. You see Finley grabbing second and third, and looks like he's going to stretch that car on out on the top end.
Yeah, that car is long-legged on the top end. You can see the power of that Ford right there.
Good race right there. Jeff Jacobson in the 55 Ford Fairlane.
Taking on Gary Klein in the 40 Willis Tasmanian Devil.
Yeah, the Tasmanian Devil and the Scare Lane, as Jeff likes to call his. There you see Amanda, Jeff's wife, backing him in. She's doing a good job. She was real nervous about starting being a backup girl, but she's doing a great job, as all our backup girls do here on the Southeast Gassers. Another big matchup here, first round of 8 gas. Good lead by Gary Klein right there. Looks like Klein's giving him all he wants.
Yeah, it looks like maybe, yep, he did. He hole shotted it.
Sure did, right off the hole shot, and he marched it straight on to victory. Not a typical run for the Scare Lane.
I'm broke.
You broke?
Yep, she's broke. I don't know what happened, but we're down a cylinder or 2.
You lose that round?
I think I did. Guess I lost. Yep, we lost.
Last year, 2016, I was all motor this, dyno that, chassis this, clutch, anything I could grasp at, working hard for it, and I couldn't win nothing. And turns out, this year, I just come here and I enjoy it, I relax, change oil in the car, check the tire pressure, and just send it, and it's paying off really good for me. And, hey, I may not be the quickest car, but I'll take what I can get, that's for sure. Well, I know evidently you must be relaxed, because we've been looking for you for 30 minutes, and I've talked to your mama and your girlfriend, and neither one of them didn't know where you were. So evidently you was relaxed. But 2017, let's cap it a little bit. You went to Montgomery, you won, went to Shadyside, you runnered up to somebody.
Boogeyman.
Somebody, I don't know who it was.
That guy's name.
And then you went to Union and you won down there. So you got 2 first and a second. You're number 1 in the points. You chilling, relaxing, taking it easy, smiling, not running around here like something crazy.
Ain't covered in gear oil.
Well, you were at Shadyside because I saw you. But anyway, you're having a good time.
Oh, yeah.
And having fun and winning races. There you see Sonny Burr in the 37 Chevrolet, the Avenger.
And Donovan Stott in that white trash 48 Anglia.
That little white car has been on a tear this year.
He has already 2 wins to his credit and a big points lead, a 40-point lead over the next competitor.
He's going to have his hands full with Sonny right here. That is a high-powered vehicle right there.
Yeah, and you got one of the young guns here in Donovan Stott. You got one of the elder statesmen there in Sonny Burr, and Sonny's no joke, as you said. I mean, he can stretch it out.
71 years old, I believe.
Big start by Donovan Stott right off the line. Looks like Sonny had a little bit of a problem right there.
Definite hole shot by the little white car, but Donovan will kill you on that Christmas tree.
That's what makes the difference for Donovan Stott. I mean, he's got a great running car, don't get me wrong, but he can kill him on the line.
There's the man himself, Quayne Stott, driving the Grand Illusion.
And Ben Christopher coming out of Boiling Springs, South Carolina, in that next little 48 Anglia. And that car, Richie's got a lot of horsepower under the hood.
Yeah, that's one of those high winding small blocks.
I like that car because he likes to do the dry hops. If you've never seen him do the dry hops, there's 1, 2. I tell you what, Ben Christopher picked the wheels up in all 3 gears. Does he have enough? Quayne Stott on the biggie.
Quayne looks like he got him just a little bit. Looks like Ben maybe slip a little bit there.
That short wheelbase gets those wheels off the ground.
Going to the next round, we do know that.
We do know that. Well, you know, that's what's neat about this kind of racing. You know if you take the win light, you go in the next round. You ain't got to look at your time card to see if you won or not. If you took the win light, you go in the next round.
Well, it sounded really, really good from down here.
Yeah, it felt like a good run. Like I said, I ain't got my glasses, so I ain't got a clue what to run, but it don't matter. It took the win light, so that's all that counts.
I hear you, brother.
Thank you, fellas.
There's a car you don't see every day, Earl McLemore in a 58 Morris Minor.
That is a little bitty car, and then you got Mark Newton over here in the Barracuda.
Yeah, he's out of Williamston, South Carolina, and that piece is a bad mama jamma right there. So Earl's got his hands full here. He's going in shallow. Mark's finally in. Oh, red light. What a wheel stand, though, for the Morris Minor. Goodness gracious, what a wheel stand, but he's red.
We got the man that started this whole Southeast Gaster that started out as a vision of his, Quayne Stott. And then we got the legendary Bubba Corzine right here standing between us. Quayne, tell me a little bit about what you are going to have Bubba doing here.
Well, Bubba's going to be probably taking over what I used to do, and which is run the show, because I wasn't doing a very good job of it. I did good when we had 10 cars, but now we having 60 and 70 cars, so I needed somebody to come in, and I needed a professional. And I'm not trying to put a feather in Bubba's hat, but Bubba's done this his whole life. He knows how to make a show run smooth, how to go. His wife, Letha's gonna be in a tower, and she's really good on all that stuff. She's been doing it since, I think, the 80s. But first, the only thing I got to say is I'm not stepping down. I ain't going anywhere. I'm still gonna be the one that's making these cars are still gonna be as correct as they ever was. As a matter of fact, Bubba's gonna be helping me. He's more of a stickler on that than I am. So if anything, the rules are going to get stricter.
Well, you heard it right there. Quayne is still going to be the man to say what is and what's not, but he's got the henchman right here beside him. Bubba, I don't want to tag you with no name, but welcome to the Southeast Gassers. I heard about your pedigree. I know you've been around drag racing forever and ever and ever, been with the big names, done all of that. So we're proud to have you here. Just want to give you the opportunity to say something, and welcome to the Gassers.
Well, let me tell you something. It's a privilege to be here. And like I told the guys in the drivers meeting, I'm not here to reinvent the wheel. I'm going to take what Quayne's already got here, which is, look at this, you know, and try to make it to where it's a show where we can get sponsorships and stuff. You've got to have a show, and it's got to be organized to get the big sponsorship money and stuff. And that's what we're all shooting for. We want to make this where it's a legitimate deal, and the show part has got to come. It used to be 3 hours, but now, you know, everybody's pretty well agreed it's 5 to 6 hours you can keep a crowd here and everything. So, and you know, my pedigree, it's not a pedigree, it was my jobs.
Yeah.
You know, I did it, I took it as jobs. I worked the places I worked for, and I don't know, took it.
Let me butt in. This guy's worked for Raymond Beetle, Blue Max Funny Car Team. He's worked for Rear Marson Shepherd. He ran an old Anglia back in the day himself. He was the 1979 or 78 World Comp Eliminator World Champion, 78 Comp Eliminator World Champion. He won Indy in 1978, the 25th anniversary. So, and I'm not even hitting the high spots, believe me. But I hired him because I know he knows how to do the job. And you surround yourself with the right people, and that's what I'm trying to do. I don't know how to do it. I know what I want, but I don't know how to make it happen. This man knows how to make it happen, so I get my results through him.
D-Gas round 2, Doug Capps in that 65 Mustang Coupe.
Taking on the young gun, Cole Suey.
There you see his dad, Mike Suey, out in front of that 51 Studebaker right there that they call the secret weapon.
This little Mustang right here is a bad mama jamma.
Yeah, it is. Wheels up, just left the line. Looks like Suey maybe missed second gear, had something malfunction over there. Doug Capps going to march on to victory.
Yeah, big margin victory on the other end. Yeah, I believe Cole missed a gear there.
Either that or he had some kind of mechanical malfunction. I know they've been battling some gremlins in that transmission for that secret weapon. he was able to drive it on out the top end, so he might have just missed second gear right there.
Here's one of my favorite cars, the big old tank, the Double X58 Dale Ray Chevrolet of Todd Owen.
Yeah, and he's taking on Dale Wilson right there out of Asheville, North Carolina, in a Skull Garage car.
Dale Wilson is one of the first Southeast Gassers, been with us since day one.
Yeah, I tell you what, and these guys do not joke around. They are period correct to the bone. They don't even have a shop. They just put their cars under a shed and bring it. The bad penny right there, you see that 57. He's not going to be able to keep up with that 58 Del Rey as Todd Oden has got that thing on kill.
He does. That car has got a lot of power.
A lot of power right there. The number one qualifier in D-Gas is Todd Oden. And that is a tall order for Dale to try to knock down here in round number 2. There you see Rick Cathcart in that 49 Studebaker truck they called the Troublemaker. He's taking on Joey Precise in that 55 Chevy. They call it the Widowmaker. Looks like we got Precise in there. He's already double bulbed.
Yeah, he's staged and pre-staged. There we go. Now Rick's rolling in.
Now we're ready for action. Big wheel stand right there for Precise. Who's it going to be? That's a close race. Precise with the win.
Yeah, it looks, it was pretty close from the start. I believe it was just horsepower on the big end.
Yeah, he took that Missouri horsepower and pushed it on through, sending Cathcart on to the trailer.
There you see Rick Carter in the Jumpin' Jack Flash.
He's taking on Josh Pruitt out of Inman, South Carolina in a young blood. Josh, a 20-year-old graduate of Spartanburg Methodist College.
And there you have a Chevrolet versus a Ford.
Yep, 62 fair lane in the near lane and the 55 Chevy over there in the other lane. A little bit of a stutter right there for Pruitt on the line.
Yeah, it looks like his car maybe bogged a little bit. I don't really know what happened. But you have Richard Carter in the 55 Chevrolet winning.
Yeah, that was a good run right there for Carter as he just jumped in his car for the owner, Jackie Young, for this event. Don't know how much longer he'll be with us.
Or was that a rerun?
This was the second round.
Second round?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've been out for over 15 years, and this is my first race back. And these cars, I've raced stock, super stock through the 70s and 80s. These cars are harder to drive, and I'm getting used to it. And this is my first race on Pro Tree.
That does add a new twist.
Yeah, it's a new twist. But we're all, my whole bunch having a blast. Y'all doing a good job.
Well, thank you, sir. We appreciate you participating. Good luck.
Thank you.
Glad to have you.
Keep going them rounds. C-Gas round 2, Larry Noel.
There you see Sandy bringing him into the beam. Going to take on Rusty Samsel right here. Big matchup for Larry in that 56.
Pair of shoe boxes right here, 55 versus a 56.
Yep, got that bad banana taking on the crazy horse. That's what Larry's going to call his car. He's out of Aiken, South Carolina.
That banana peel is a little slippery right here in the hole.
Still slippery down low, but I tell you what, he's got the legs on the other end to get by Larry Noel. But you called it, Richie. That banana peel must be under the back wheels of that car. It's a little slippery down low.
But it's got a bunch of power on the other end.
No doubt.
Well, we made us another round in the Nanner, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We've been struggling with it all day. The car's just not cooperating. This thing leaves really, really hard. The best light I've had all day. It's about time the driver starts doing his job. The car's been carrying me all year.
Jack said, Rusty, wake up, son.
That's right.
I hear you, brother. Way to go.
Thank you.
There you see Ernie Smith in the one gone dog.
He's going to be taking on Robert Frazier out of Bristol, Tennessee in that beautiful 65 Barracuda.
Got the Mopar versus the Chevrolet here.
Yeah. How many fans love that Mopar or Robert Frazier?
That is a bad little Mopar right there.
It really is, and Robert takes a lot of pride in saying it. It's Mopar front to back, I'll tell you what.
But don't discount old Ernie, because he is the hired gun.
The hired gun with a new motor under the hood this weekend. Good lead by both drivers. Ernie picking him up in second gear out there.
Looks like Ernie's car got a little loose out there.
May have. Maybe it was even third gear that he picks. He picks him up in second. Right there you can see. Pretty even on the line. Yeah, Ernie picking him up in third gear out there. That power horsepower moving him on to victory.
There's Doug Dobbins.
Beautiful race car for Doug Dobbins. He's going to be taking on Jimmy Huff in the hoopty wagon. Jimmy, unfortunately, looks like he just broke, so he's not going to be able to make the call. Doug Dobbins going to run it on through right here instead of taking the competition single, taking it easy.
Doug is a true competitor, and he wants that little car to run every time.
Good looking wheel stand right there. I know a lot of people hanging on that fence. It was opacity on the fence.
Here we are with Todd Napier. Todd, I noticed that the Atomic Hillbilly has always been piloted by Todd Napier, but looks like we got another Napier in there. What's going on?
I've got some few health issues. I had over an accident where I turned over a piece of equipment a couple years ago, and as I was traveling with y'all and racing and stuff, I started having bad headaches. Well, anyways, I got real bad, and I had to go to the doctor, and they said I was having some small concussions, and I know that's kind of weird, and we could figure out the doctor's like, since I was racing, he's like, they flipped out. You know, I could hemorrhage or hurt myself in the future. You know, something could happen. So I didn't want to quit. My son hurt his car at Still Motion, and I asked him, I said, would you care to drive the car? I'll be able to watch it, write stuff down, spend more time with the family, and make this more fun and make you faster and be more compatible. And he said yes, he would like to do it. So I'm having to train myself now. Instead of hollering at him to do this, this, and this, I've got to do it now, which is fine. So all I want him to do is relax and be the best he can be behind the wheel.
There you see Derek Napier in the Atomic Hillbilly.
Taking on Jerry Birch in the Bonafide Birdified.
Yeah, the Birdified, the 62 Rambler out of Roebuck, South Carolina.
Kind of an interesting matchup right here. Neither one of these guys are driving the car that they're accustomed to.
Yeah, neither one of them started the year in there. Tim Greer giving over to Jerry Birch when Birch had a motor failure.
And there you see Derek pulling up to the line in his dad's car, the Atomic Hillbilly. This ought to be a pretty good race, but you better get on Jerry right out of the hole.
Yeah, if you don't, he's tethered on that tree.
Oh, he slept a little bit there. It looks like the Atomic Hillbilly had a little bog at the line.
Yep. That Birdified's going to move on to the win right there. As you actually see that car move first of the Atomic Hillbilly. Something happened right there, but that's part of that learning curve with Derek. He's a young driver, too, part of our Young Guns crew. He's still getting that bugs worked out, but I can't wait to see what happens in it.
Here's Dean Harris in the Gray Ghost taking on Jared Bailey in the Hitman.
A couple of gray cars right here, and both of them beautiful and fast. So this is going to be a big matchup.
I bet you $1 a gray car wins this one.
No doubt. There you see Tim Bailey getting Jared right in his tracks, getting him ready to go, because he knows he's got to try to take out Dean Harris from Campobello, South Carolina.
Big horsepower in both of these cars. Can't wait to see how it turns out. Looks like an even leave there.
Yeah, good leave, both cars. There you see Dean streaking down through there, but looks like Jared Bailey, and at the end we see some smoke out of the Gray Ghost.
Yeah, a little ghost, a little puff there. I don't know what it was, but just enough to let Jared Bailey drive around him.
At 60-foot time again, Richie, looks to be the key right here as Bailey got him at the 60-foot mark and just stretched it on out.
Here you see Danny Graham taking a competition single. His competitor was not able to make this round, so he'll go down through here solo.
Yeah, it was supposed to be Danny Bird. We was going to have the battle of the Dannies, but unfortunately Danny Bird, our winner at our last event, had a valve train failure, unable to make the call for this one. So Danny Graham going to take it on down and take the competition single. He'll move on to round 3 of competition. Pulled that car all the way from Texas to get here. He's been with us 2 or 3 times.
Danny, we was talking a little while ago about, them heavy hitters, them #1 qualifiers. Sometimes they just beat themselves, and the man out of Texas makes another round.
Yeah, but I turned on the red light.
Don't matter. You still won.
Oh, okay. Thank y'all.
Your opponent wasn't there to take advantage of that red light. It don't matter. That was a bye run. You're good, brother. You're clear.
Christmas come early.
A-gas round 2. There you see Gary Klein in the Tasmanian Devil.
Taking on Gabe Burrell in that gold Southern Flyer, another one of those high horsepower blue ovals.
I tell you, Gary Klein's going to have his hands full right here with Gabriel Burrell.
Gabe is another one of those young guns of the sport, but Gary, he's a seasoned veteran when it comes to driving these old cars.
And Gary's been having a good day, good past few rounds of racing.
Oh,
Burrell went red
light.
Giving the win right over to Gary Klein. That's going to put Gary Klein on to round number 3 right here. Pretty even as you leave the line right there, but Gabe looks like he turned the red light on.
He did turn the light on.
Hey, what can I say? I'm just so tickled and grateful to be here. I want to thank the good Lord for giving me this day and for giving me the way that I can do it. And I want to thank Quayne Scott for giving me the opportunity to do this. And I'm telling you right now, the old man can still do it. So
glad to see you making some rounds.
I'm glad to be making some rounds, brother. We're struggling, but we're going to keep right at it. And we're not going to give up.
There you see Tony Turner out of Cumming, Georgia.
And Kenneth Phillips in the little Silver Streak Corvette.
Our number 1 qualifier here in A-Gas is Kenneth Phillips. And there you see that smoke again from Tony Turner. You heard him talk about that earlier, about that oil ring that he's been having problems with.
Yeah, that's one of those old 392 Hemis, and it's just a problematic sign that they have. And Tony's been working on it for 3 weeks now.
I tell you, the 2 beautiful cars. That Silver Streak is high horsepower, 58 Corvette. Man, what a beautiful piece it is.
And most of the time, that little car's on a string.
Man, boy, right there. And there you see it on a string again. Kenneth Phillips just straight marching to the victory.
Little wheel stand by Tony there, and Kenneth just drives on around him.
Beautiful, beautiful race, though. Look at the car leave. Kenneth Phillips just, like you said, on a string, Richie. There you see a great shot at the top end. That's going to bring forth the next pair. Martin Newton out of Williamston, South Carolina, 64 Barracuda.
Taking on Quayne Stott in the Grand Illusion.
Little Chevy horsepower under the hood of that Barracuda, to the best of my knowledge.
That is correct, and for those true Mopar fans, probably don't like that, but it is a high horsepower, high winding little Chevrolet small block.
Yeah, I don't think Martin Newton's worried about as much of keeping it all the same as he is getting some wind lights.
Yeah, he's going to have his hands full right here because Quayne, even though Quayne is getting a little older, he's still pretty dang tough on that Christmas tree.
Well, and Quayne's trying to get more seat time, and here you go. There you see the big wheels in the air by both cars. Good lead. Let's see who it's going to be on the big end.
Looks like a pretty close race, but it's Mark Newton.
Mark Newton takes out the wheel Jesus himself right here, Quayne Stott, in round number 2 competition. Big margin of victory right there. As you see Jimmy Finley and taking on Donovan Stott, a battle of our last 2 world champions.
That is correct. This should be a good race. You got the Christmas Tree King in Donovan Stott and the big horsepower in Jimmy Finley.
I tell you, great looking race cars as well. We talk about it all the time. You know I'm partial to the old snake bite as I am a blue oval man. There you see Jimmy Finley getting it in the lights, but he's got his hands full with the young gun Donovan Stott. Let's see if Finley can take the trash out. Good lead by both cars, and they are both going straight.
Neck and neck.
That is a door handle to door handle race right there. Jimmy Finley coming out on top.
Looks like it was really close.
Let's see what the top end cameras look like. There you see it, folks.
Oh,
half a car.
Half a car. You pick out the points leader that time.
That is something that needed to happen. The odds was in my favor that time. Shady side, I missed the gear. I had him last week. The Union 009 me, but that time it was my time, and I got the win.
Good job. Good job.
Got beat. I beat him on the tree, though. I love Finley. He is my absolute favorite person on the tree. And I just leave it at that. He outrun me. He out-ET'd me big time. But hey, I was the fast little angler he's made all day long. Well, that's all I can ask for. Thank you, Richie.
Good job. Good job. There you see Chris Dunn driving that green Boogeyman car.
Hey, and as I was going down the track today, I was interviewing some kids, and I say, what's your favorite car? What's your favorite car? They all said the Boogeyman, the Boogeyman. And Chris was working on his car. He said, man, I was trying to get up there to see those kids. He really enjoys his fans. And there you see him on a competition single, and a great shot from behind. Car went a little bit left, but he straightens it up nice.
But he never let out the throttle.
He's going to put on a show for the fans, and I think that's what a lot of people love to see. Wheels in the air, and competition singles one thing. C-Gas round number 3. There you see the Birdified Jerry Birch
taking on the one gone dog in Mr. Ernie Smith.
Yeah, Sonny Clayton's got a new power plant under the hood for the hired gun, Ernie Smith.
And Tim Greer's got a new driver in that Birdified, letting Jerry drive that car so he can continue to compete while his motor is being rebuilt.
Well, he wanted to keep it the fastest Rambler in Roebuck. He didn't want to lose that title, so he put Birch in it. There you see Birch leaving the line. Don't look like Ernie's going to be able to keep up with him on this one. Looked like we had a little breakage or something.
I don't really know what happened to Ernie's car. It looks like it just lost power.
Or maybe he spun down low real hard and knew there was no way he was going to catch Birch as he was gone like the wind. Doug Dobbins and Rusty Sampson in a big matchup right here. Doug Dobbins, our winner at Montgomery. He's going to be taking on the Bad Banana.
These are two very, very fast race cars right here.
Very fast and very beautiful right here. A lot of history between this car right here with Rusty Sampson making the trip all the way down for every event from Lapeer, Michigan. Doug Dobbins out of Campobello, South Carolina. You see he's already in, both cars in, ready to go. But he was that little loose down low, but still takes the win. Watch this car move down low. You see the rear end skating everywhere. He's still on those banana peels, Richie.
He certainly is. This looks like a really close race.
There you see the margin of victory, man. Another half car.
At the top end, Rusty drove around him.
Danny Graham out of Texas. He's going to be taking on the hitman, Jared Bailey out of Southern Pines, North Carolina.
Jared has got this car working today. I know with the help of his dad, Tim. They do a lot of testing and tuning on this thing, so it looks like going to have a good race here.
Good race indeed. Two great cars right here on the line. Jared's in, waiting on Danny to get in. There we go. Danny finally gets in. Two Studebakers going down the track. Now, how often do you see that, Richie?
Not very often.
Only in the Southeast Gassers do you see it. Jared Bailey moving on to the victory. Looks like he moved just a little quicker than Danny did. And there's the 60-foot telltale sign.
I believe Danny broke loose right at the starting line. Looked like he lost traction.
What a beautiful shot right there at the top end again.
There he is, Chris Dunn, the boogeyman.
He's going to be taking on Gary Klein in that 41 Willis they called a Tasmanian Devil. Gary Klein might be one of the nicest guys we got out here on tour, I tell you what.
And there you see the gearbox killer on the back of Chris's car, and that is oh so true.
It has been. Chris battled it all last year. He's made some changes, got a big announcement coming, he says, if everything works out with that boogeyman car. And we certainly hope that he has worked all those things out.
This should be a good matchup right here. Both these cars got a lot of horsepower.
Tasmanian Devil been running on kill today. Let's see if the boogeyman can take a bite out of the devil and stop his momentum here today in Knoxville. Wheels in the air for Gary Klein. That car pulls to the right badly. He ends up getting out of it, and Chris Dunn marches on to the win.
And I believe you said take a bite out of the devil, and Chris Dunn would say, yum, yum, eat 'em up.
He likes that devil. It tastes good to him. Big margin of victory there as Gary Klein got out of it early.
Yeah, Gary's car broke loose.
Kenneth Phillips and Jimmy Finley right here. Number 1 qualifier today. Number 2 qualifier right here in Finley. And I'm telling you what, both of these cars are bound to put on a show. Looking at that great view of the mountains at the end of this drag strip.
Big horsepower in lightweight cars mean fast.
No doubt. There you see the beautiful Smoky Mountains right here. We are in Knoxville, Tennessee. Phelps being backed up by his backup girl right there. Jimmy Finley going to come back in here. Let's see what he's got here for the Silver Streak. There's a good shot of Kenneth and Finley both in the cars. Oh, red light, Kenneth Phillips, and the car gets over toward the wall.
Woo, that was really close.
Watch this car leave the line, folks. Right from the hit, that car went to the right. I'm telling you, these straight axles are hard to drive, and these guys in them, they are doing a heck of a job keeping this one off the wall. Watch this car, second gear, it just keeps going to the wall, and Kenneth Phillips has to get out of it. He tries to leg it down through there.
That was too close.
Too close to call. Mark Newton right here. He's going to have a bye run right here, Mark Newton. Let's see if he takes it on down or what he's going to do.
Yeah, this is that little Chevy-powered Barracuda. This car has been fast all day. There you see it, wheels in the air.
Yeah, he gives it a full run through. Mark Newton going to go on, and he'll be in the semifinals right here. D-Gas coming back in here. Doug Capps in that 65 Mustang again, going up against Joey Precise
in that 55 Chevrolet, the Widowmaker.
Doug's having a great day today, as this car might be the furthest this ever went in competition.
Yeah, that little Mustang there, it's been on a rail today.
See that little single carburetor sitting up on there? Good straight axle. I love the stance of this car. And Precise's car, I mean, what do you say about it? It's just a rolling piece of artwork.
Cap's taking a little long to stage here.
Just making sure he's got all that brake pumped up so it'll hold him a little bit. Big wheel stand right there. Great job, Cap. Looks like Precise is a little late on the line. He's trying to run him down. Can he do it?
No.
Doug Capps is going to move on to victory right here in D-Gas. Big wheel stand you see right there. And that's all it took to put Joey Precise on the trailer back to Missouri. Todd Oden and Richard Carter right here.
Yeah, Todd Oden driving the big 58 Delray, taking on Richard Carter in the Jumping Jack 55 Chevrolet.
Oden out of Leeds, Alabama in that double X, man. I tell you, #1 qualifier. He's already in the semifinals. He's looking to put this thing in victory lane today for sure.
Yeah, I love the back of that car. It says wide load.
And it is. Looks like Carter might have got him a little bit on the line. Let's see if Oden can drive back around him. You see him grab 4th gear right there. And yes, Todd Oden drives around him on the big end.
He did. He got bulbed on the Christmas tree. But the big horsepower in that 58 looks like he drove around him. C-Gas semifinals, Rusty Sampson in the Bad Banana.
Taking on Jerry Birch out of Roebuck, South Carolina in that Bertified Rambler.
There you see Rusty doing a big smoky burnout.
Yeah, getting everything ready for that car, and there you see right under the watchful eye of the photographer right there is Jerry Birch.
He's under the watchful eye of big brother Joey is who's he's under the watchful eye.
That's for sure. That's for sure. Joey and Jerry make a great combination out here in Southeast Gasserland. This is going to be a big matchup for sure right here in semifinals.
I tell you, Birch is tough on that tree. Rusty's going to have his hands full.
Well, going to have to push it, both cars right here, because it's a great competition. You into the semifinals, you don't want to leave anything in the bag right here. And just a little early right there is Jerry Birch.
Red light.
Oh, man, he knew he had to give Rusty all he could, but he gives him over the race instead as he leaves just a little bit early. There you see Sharon Sampson. She's jumping up and down on the line.
Tim, Jerry Birch.
Oh, man, no, you didn't.
Yeah, he did.
I done that on purpose.
Jerry, you know, sooner or later, dominance has to face obstacles. And so while you guys, you know, may not have had your best day, I think you still carry an era of dominance in the C-Gas category, whether you're in a Rambler or a Chevy 2.
There you go. I knew I had to cut the tree on Rusty. He had a couple tents on me, so I knew I was going to have to trim it, and got a little too close.
So you trimmed the tree, did you? You trim it red.
I trimmed it red. Too red. Too green.
Well, you know they say, Jerry, if you ain't occasionally beating yourself, you ain't trying hard enough. So congratulations, brother. Like I say, I just wanted to catch a word with you.
Appreciate y'all.
Here you see Jared Bailey on a competition by Southeast Gasser's rules. He does have to take the tree.
And he does take the tree, and looks like he's just going to back out and save it for the next one.
Save it for the final.
He's got a big order right there as he's taking on Rusty Sampson in the C-Gas final. A-Gas semifinals, the stars are out, so here they come around the corner. Chris Dunn in this Boogeyman taking on Martin Newton in that Barracuda. And when the stars come out at night, the stars get on the racetrack, as we said before, and this is a big matchup of Anderson County cars.
Yeah, both of these guys are right down the road from each other, so you do have a bunch of Anderson boys here hanging out.
I'm telling you, the starting line's full of Anderson County. This is going to be a good matchup. I've been waiting to see this one for a couple of races. Mark Newton had a great run at our final event of 2016. Been waiting for him to get back out here again.
Don't count out the Boogeyman, though. This boy is bad news.
Both cars leave wheels in the air. Looks like a great run. Going down the track, who's it going to be?
Chris Dunn.
Chris Dunn takes it. You're right, Richie. Watch this leave. Golly, that's beautiful right there.
That was too close to call.
Next one, another Anderson County runner. That's going to be Jimmy Finley.
Yep, and he's got a competition single here. So, as you said, we had 3 guys from Anderson in the final.
That's exactly right. I mean, never before has that happened. And Finley just takes the light. He's going to drive it on through to the other end instead of back it up. And that'll set up a final between another Anderson County final.
Here you have the big and the short of it right here. You got the big Bertha black Chevrolet in this lane and the little gray Mustang Ford in the other lane.
That's right, Richie. Ford versus Chevrolet as well. There you see the double X of Todd Oden, the big tank, as we like to call him. And, man, he can get that thing down the racetrack. Doug Capps making it all the way to the finals here today in that little Mustang coupe.
Both of these cars have been consistent all day. Both went straight. Both did what they had to do. And that's why they are where they are right now.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting matchup. Like you said, big versus small, Ford versus Chevrolet. And I tell you what, this is what all the people came here to see. Cap's taking a little while to get in there, maybe waiting Todd out just a little bit. Both cars leave together. Man, that's a good lead.
Good close race down the middle of the track.
You can see that Delray sit down in the bottom end and get some more traction, and he takes it on to victory. Does Todd Oden.
Wow, it was very close at the 60-foot mark.
That big horsepower of Todd Oden and that car, that momentum get going down the racetrack. He is your winner.
Sir!
The double X!
Yes, sir!
Todd!
Finally!
Got it done!
Finally! I red lighted forward, I red lighted backwards, I red lighted sideways. Finally, we got a win.
Finally got it win.
Finally. Hey, and let me say one thing. I want to say thank you to my beautiful wife, Gina, for staging me up out there every week. She's number one.
Here. Leads Alabama's own Todd Oden. Took this 58 Delray and put it in the victory circle. I tell you what, I'm standing beside this car and it's hot. And I don't know if it's for winning or just the heat, but I'm telling you what, you were blazing down the track.
Thank you. It's hot because I think I've lost about 15 pounds. I think I need to.
Your wife giving the thumbs up on that.
All right. Thank y'all so much.
I know you got some sponsors you want to thank.
I do. UTM Motors, my dad's dealership. They give us all we need, and I really appreciate it. Just one more thing. I want to thank the Vincent Race Engines. They are number one.
So you put this Vincent Race Engines in the victory lane from Montgomery, Alabama. This is Todd Oden. Leads Alabama. Todd Oden.
Bailey.
Yes, sir.
Knoxville, here we are.
Yes,
I believe the Hitman's in the final round here.
In the finals, you better believe it.
Dad went to the trailer early.
He did. He's fighting a couple of issues, but I believe we just about got him figured out right before he got beat. Or maybe right after he got beat.
How about you? How's the Stewed running?
Awesome.
Running good?
Couldn't ask for it to be better.
All right, what's the plan?
Give him everything I got.
And then some?
If there's any left, yeah.
Man, good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
CGAS Finals.
Look at the crowd that is here to see all this action tonight, and we're down to the finals. Rusty Samsel versus Jared Bailey.
Both of these cars have been on a tear all day long. Rusty's had a little problem down low with that car slipping around, and Jared has just drove the wheels off of that thing.
And that might be where Jared can get him. If he can get him off the line and stay straight as he's been all day, Rusty's been a little loose down low. It might be enough for Jared Bailey to drive on to victory. You never can tell here in Gasser Lane.
But Rusty has got some big horsepower in that little small block.
He does, and the legs on that thing will really get stretched out. Jared goes in deep. Looks like it's even off the line. Sharon Sampson said she sees it. We see sparks underneath the banana, and Hitman is going to march to victory.
Wow, that was extremely close.
Great shot there going down the racetrack. We saw sparks out of second and third gear for Rusty Sampson, so obviously something wasn't good there.
Jared gets him a little bit on the lead there.
Great job by Jared Bailey driving that race car consistent, straight, and true.
What you talking about?
I hear you, brother. Well, just to let you know, you knocked off one of the number 2 men in the points. Hit man.
That's right, baby. Knocking them off one at a time.
Jared Bailey.
Yes, sir.
Man, what a big win. This is your second win in the Southeast Gassers. North Myrtle Beach last year, here at Knoxville today. And I tell you, you didn't have an easy opponent in Rusty Sampson.
No, he was a heck of a competitor. I knew he was going to be good on the tree, so I did what I could to cut a good light on him, and he was there the whole way. There was no playing around. He was right there.
You could hear that big banana coming, couldn't you?
It's a lot of yellow. That's a lot of yellow coming at you. A lot. But he's a heck of a competitor, and it was a great race.
I know the guy beside you is awfully smiling right now. I mean, you got 2 of these, and he's got a world championship and no wins. But hey, look at those tears in his eyes. He's loving it.
That's right. Well, hey, I couldn't do it without him. That's for sure. It's his car, and we have a ball doing it together. And it's much better when this happens.
It is, isn't it? And that's just like we talk about our Southeast Gasser family, and I mean a father son right here sharing memories. Jared, anybody else you want to thank while you're here in Victory Lane?
Everybody that's ever helped on the car, and everybody that allows us to come all the way out of the world to do this stuff every other weekend.
All right, there's your winner in C-Gas out of Southern Pines, North Carolina, Mr. Jared Bailey.
All right, here it is. Battle of Anderson, 2016 champion.
Yes, sir.
You up against him. It's on you.
Well, it's green car. All I can tell you, the boogeyman, yum, eat 'em up.
Yum, yum.
We lost it at Union, but we're going to get it today.
I hear you, brother. Good
All
luck.
right, see y'all.
A-Gas Finals, we got the Battle of Anderson right here. Chris Dunn taking on Jimmy Finley, Ford versus Chevrolet.
Everything that we wish for. I know you like those bow ties, and I'm going to go with the blue oval right here. But 2 great guys, 2 great race cars right here. And look at the fans that we've got.
Standing room only. Everybody's on their feet. Everybody's here to see this. It is Ford versus Chevrolet. What more could you ask for?
That's exactly the way we'd draw it up if we had the chance to draw it up. And this is going to be friend versus friend right here. These guys travel together. They buddies. But I'm telling you what, burnout to turnout, there is no love lost right here because both of them are set, loaded for bear. Look at that shot right there, Jimmy Finley.
That is an awesome shot from the in-car camera. Thank you, Drone South. And there you see Chris Dunn, same thing in the other lane.
Great job. If we had more of these GoPros, we could put them in every car, but we're glad to have them in these 2 tonight for this run. Both guys getting staged up. Here we go, folks. Who you going with? Great lead by both cars. And Dunn picks them up in second gear. I can't tell you, it's door handle to door
Whoa.
handle.
Looks like it's blue oval.
I'm telling you, the light says Jimmy Finley wins it, but what a great race. Watch this, folks. Look at him row those gears. Getting through the gears right there. Jimmy Finley, he is your winner tonight at Knoxville Dragway.
Here you see Chris Dunn in his car.
Always tell him red shoes with Chris Dunn.
That's it. He can hide in the strawberry patch.
He sure can. Man, what a great run right there.
Wow. All right, Jimmy Finley, we've had 4 races. We've had 3 different winners, and you one of them now.
Well, yeah, I'm the 4th one, but this track is good to me. This is my 3rd trip here. First time I run it up. Last year I won it, and dang it, I done won it again this year against the boogeyman.
The boogeyman. The blue oval has put the blue bow tie on the trailer.
Put him on the trailer, and I love this track. This is for me. This is the #1 track in the circuit that we tour.
We're gonna call it Finleyville.
Finleyville. This track loves me, and I love it.
The Battle of Anderson is over.
Yeah.
Blue
Hey,
oval come out on top.
You seen on the side of my trailer, don't you? The Battle of Anderson. Go look and see. And it's right on my trailer. And it was tonight. It does happen.
Congratulations, man. See you down there.
Good deal.
Jimmy Finley, A-Gas champion here tonight at Knoxville Dragway. Congratulations, young man.
I appreciate it. And this Knoxville evidently is my track. 3 years in a row. First time I come here, run it up. Last year I won it. And with a lot of luck on my side tonight and a little bit of blue oval venom snake bite, we got through it and won it again. Knoxville, I love you. I love this track. Love the people. Thank y'all for coming, supporting us.
I tell you what a final with Chris Dunn. I mean, the whole Anderson contingent was 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and I know you take a lot of pride in that, but what a drag race with Chris Dunn.
It was almost a dead heat. We couldn't tell who won. It was identical ETs. It was decided slightly by the light. It was a squeaker. And we put on the best race we could, and I loved it, man. I love tight racing. I'd rather win like that than a runaway.
I tell you, the fans were going crazy up here. I didn't know what was going on till I seen that wind light come on, because I was standing up there, didn't know either.
Yeah, I didn't know either. I'm just stunned. I'm just proud of Anderson County and all the local guys that we represent. And I don't mean to brag, but it's just ecstatic for us that just 3 of us, there's 4 of us, counting Gene Cromer, if he could only been here with us. And his day is coming too, Mr. Cromer. But we got it done, and I love it. I don't know what to say other than I'm just very happy to be standing here.
Well, there he is. That's your A-Gas champion here at Knoxville Speedway, Mr. Jimmy Finley. Kevin Dyer at Laser Creations has made us this beautiful trophy here, and it is to signify our first ever female in competition, Miss Cynthia Phillips. We had some groundbreaking history made here today. So Cynthia, if you would walk forward, your Flower Power car, and congratulations to you for being the first lady ever in competition in Southeast Gassers. How does that make you feel?
Great. I feel very honored. I don't know what to say.
Well, you've deserved more than a trophy for over 20 years, and look, they've awarded you with this. We thank you. We love you. And hey, here's to being the first lady.
Thank you. It's great.
There you see it.
All right, David Lancaster, here we are. Knoxville, Tennessee, 4th race of the year, Southeast Gassers. It's been a heck of a day.
It has been a great day, and it did not disappoint. Our competition was hot today.
We, in A-Gas, we have had 4 races and 3 different winners.
Yeah, Donovan Stott, the only repeat winner. Jimmy Finley taking it home tonight. What a race between he and Chris Dunn.
It was close from start to finish. We were on the other end. It was wide open, hammer down from the other end. Beautiful race.
And that's the way it is with Southeast Gassers. You better be on your A game, and A-Gas, D-Gas. Todd Oden took that win today. First win for Todd Oden in that 58 Delray.
And Jared Bailey in C-Gas has not won since last year at Myrtle Beach. And to see him standing up there in Victory Lane talking about his dad, that was just it was cool. It's what this is all about. It's about the family atmosphere. It's about the love for each other, the love for the team, and most of all, the love for this sport.
I tell you what, I can't say it enough times. What Quayne Stott has put together with the Southeast Gassers has been more powerful in a lot of people's different walks of life to come back to drag racing, to the roots of where it all is, and it shows right here. We had big crowds out here today. Knoxville, hey, we thank Knoxville. They love us. We love them.
Man, it was a great show here today. You're talking about the back to the roots. I mean, we had guys here that raced in the 60s. We had 2 or 3 cars. We had 2 or 3 guys here that raced back in the 60s. And I talked to one of them up there on top end earlier today, and he told me, he said, this is where he came from. This is where racing started for him. And it was pulling that stick over here and mashing it with the left leg.
Exactly right. I mean, our Grand Marshal today, an 80-year-old man who's been all the way to the pinnacle of sport, still racing today in stock, and he goes, man, I like these cars right here. He said, I've always been a stick guy. And I mean, you know, you hear guys like that, and they passing it along to our younger generation, and it's only going to get bigger. I think from our Shady Side event, we've not had less than 58 cars total at our events so far, and that's 3 events since then. So the growth of this sport is just amazing. Quayne can't get away from people to race because they're asking him, when can I show you my parts? When can I do this? Because they got cars they're wanting to bring out.
Wanting to build. Yeah, I mean, 30 cars here last year, and you had 60 cars here in 1 year. You doubled the number of cars, doubled the spectators. The competition is head-to-head, door-to-door. If you ain't standing down there on the other end, you don't appreciate it.
And I tell you, I know you were doing a great job getting those interviews down there. A great day of racing. Richie, thank you for all you've done today.
David, same to you. I listened to you in the tower all day long. Had some great stuff going on down here. Just one thing I'd like to say, this is the 4th race of the year. The next race we're going to Lyons, Indiana. And so that's going to be next on the schedule. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not been to a Southeast Gasser event, if you have not come to see the period correctness of these cars and what drag racing, how it was then, and what we're taking it back to, and seeing the roots of where all this stuff started, I invite you to come to a Southeast Gasser race event. Like I said, the next one is in Lyons, Indiana.
Yeah, I'm glad that we're getting up there to some of our fans that be watching our YouTube. We thank you for watching. Get out to Lyons Dragway. We'll be looking for you at the next Southeast Gassers race.
David, like we do every time before we start and when we finish, let's give thanks to where it needs to go.
Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you so much for everybody that was here today, the friendships that were made over period correct cars, the way that you've protected us, Lord, and guided us through this process and growing our little sanction right here to what it's become. We give you all the honor and praise and glory for it, Lord. For people who are traveling so many miles to be here at our events, Lord, please give them traveling mercies so they can reach back to their families and give you all the honor and glory, Lord. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.